Welcome everybody tonight to our 2024 annual fundraising gala. All proceeds will benefit the Museum of the Mississippi Delta. This is a time where we honor certain deserving individuals for their contributions to the arts, to philanthropy, and to leadership within our community.
Born in God's country, Slaughter, Mississippi, 1951. Educated in the public school district of LaFleur County, 1969, graduate of Mandelsey High School, home of the Golden Panthers. Went to Mississippi Valley, got my degree. Been married 53 years and 2 adult children. I think I was 22 when I coached my first Little League baseball team. I didn't know very much about baseball, but I knew that I could give these young men some directions. And I didn't realize how God was using me at that time.
I think he's good with giving children directions, making them do what they're supposed to do. A fatherly figure, for some maybe a disciplinarian. His passion is helping children. And I think a lot of the parents appreciate him more than he knows.
I use baseball to teach life skills, punctuality, being on time, being respectful, believing in yourself. If you want to be great, these are some of the simple, basic things that you must do. And they have to see you doing it. You can't talk about it. You got to be about it. You got to see you making a difference. They got to see and know that they can actually trust you. Know that you're going to take care of them in terms of giving them the knowledge they need, the information they need to be successful. They might not get the answer they want from you, but they know it's going to be the right answer. This is our 15th year running our after-school program.
It was his idea. I wasn't interested. I'm being honest. He totally did whatever had to be done to get started.
We have the 2 mentoring programs, the girls and the boys. The Summer Enrichment Program, Feed the Children Program. We tell people all the time, if a child is hungry, he's not going to think very well.
We have volunteers to come in to work with the children after school. That's very important.
We have some loving, we have some giving people in LaFleur County. I can't tell you about Holmes County. I can't tell you about, about Washington County. But nobody, and they said nobody beats the people in Greenwood and LaFleur County in giving. And so, and that means there are a lot of things that we can do, a lot of places we can take our children that we ordinarily could not take them if we didn't have the ultimate support from the people here.
He's doing something in life that's important. Something that even after he's gone or even after the program ends, he will have done something to help not one person, but quite a few children.
I don't know what these kids are going to be when they grow up. They could be doctors, lawyers, they can be whatever. But today, they're children. Today, they're children. And they are children that deserve an opportunity to be great. We must invest in the children, all the children.
I appreciate other people thinking of him to give him that recognition for doing something that a lot of us probably wouldn't do.
For me, I thought since I was 9 years old, I wanted to be some sort of artist, and it could be because I read about Picasso in Life magazine. I had a real interest in photography. When I got to New York, I was lucky enough to land this job at a place called the Light Gallery. Stephen Shore got me the job there. Met everybody from Harry Callahan to Andre Cortez to Lee Friedlander. So that was kind of like getting a graduate degree in photography. He worked for Leacock Pennybaker.
Yeah, in New York in 1968. They had just made Monterey Pop. That's where Hendrix and Joplin all made their big splash. We filmed for Norman Mailer a film on Long Island called Maidstone. It's a terrible film. You can get a DVD of it. It was cinema verite, but there wasn't a hell of a lot of verite in it. But in the 70s, in the art world, photography had not quite become what it is today. It was the low man on the totem pole.
You couldn't,
and
they didn't even sell it.
I mean, you couldn't sell enough photographs to pay the rent.
I did the great bulk of my work for about 35 years with the old Rolleiflex twin lens reflex. We developed film and made prints in the darkroom, so it's a vastly different world now.
We're stuck back 50 years ago, but we're happy that people
come on,
enjoy
we're
it.
progressive people. You don't ever know if you're going to be able to make a living doing it. But you have a passion for it. And you just hope it's going to all work out. And in our case, except for the great riches, it's worked out. I still call it Cottonlandia because I just think that's such a groovy name, but now it's called the Museum of the Mississippi Delta. Sounds a little more elevated. I think it's a great local institution.
There's something nice about the sort of homegrown feel of it. You always hope that anything you have done would open someone else's eyes, but particularly younger people who haven't been out in the world so much and haven't seen that much, that they would go, oh wow, and just it would get them going.
And it's kind of great to see that there are these young people that are carrying on the tradition of, you know, just recording and trying to make art out of photographs. And
yeah, it gives you a little bit of hope.
Well, I'm very fortunate. I've been blessed to be 95 and still be in pretty good health. I grew up in Kilmichael. Joined the Army, volunteered when I was 17 years old. I went to Korea. My parents moved to Greenwood while I was in the service. I arrived at Greenwood on a Greyhound bus when I got discharged. If they hadn't moved to Greenwood, I probably wouldn't have been involved in Greenwood like I have. And Mississippi Delta, I never would have probably been a contractor. I went to college there and studied building construction technology. But if it was GI Bill, of course, I probably couldn't have gone, you know. And that got me in the building business. I developed 2 subdivisions. One time I was probably building more houses than anybody in Greenwood. I was very fortunate to be able to build the first shopping center in Greenwood. I owned a retail building supply business for about 35 years. Well, I've done well in business, and I feel like I owed something back to the general public. I think that everybody needs to have plenty to eat. They shouldn't go hungry. No one should go hungry.
Folks that are below poverty level.
The average income is usually around $850 a month that they have to live on, and that just does not go far these days, especially when they have rent and health needs and they have to buy their medication. So we're just trying to help as much as we can. That donation means everything to us. We have put it in an endowment, and we're using the interest from that donation to help fund during the month.
Ten of us put up money, signed a note to start Pillow Academy. Slick Morton, nickname. So he wanted to build a swimming pool, and him and I built a pool for Pillow when it first opened.
Mr. Henderson gave of his time first, serving as a member of our board of directors. Like a lot of our board of directors, they see the need and they step up, and that's exactly what Mr. Henderson's done over the years. People reach a level of success and are still willing to give their time, and it's strictly voluntary. There's no compensation for it, but they just see a need and they feel like they contribute, and Mr. Henderson's done that for our board of directors for a really long time.
We're a private community serving people with disabilities and autism. A faith-based ministry that has been in service since 1978. That was the largest gift that the center had ever received at that point. That corpus went into an endowment, and that money, that chunk, will in perpetuity shed earnings that will be applied on an annual basis to tuition assistance recipients.
The Greenwood's been a great place to live, and I can't say enough the enjoyment I've had being in business in Greenwood. I've lived a good life, and I thank the Lord for me being where I am today.